Well, good afternoon, family. It's time to get back in the kitchen and cooking with Grammie Nae Nae today. We're going to make that pear barbecue sauce. The only thing I did is I kind of tried it out a little bit and I thought that it needed something else. So I put in 1 can of peaches with syrup, and we're going to keep that syrup because it's going to add to the sweetness of this barbecue sauce. It's going to be a very sweet barbecue sauce. You're going to use it as a glaze. You can use it as a dip. It's going to be wonderful. So let's get in the kitchen and let's get to cooking. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back and I'm at my stove, and I've kind of got you guys at a different angle this time. Since I've only got 1 burner going, I've actually got you guys set up, and I'm going to turn you down where you're going to be looking at the pot while I am cooking. Okay, to this pot, we're going to put it on medium heat. We're going to add our 1 can of peaches, and these are sliced peaches and sliced pears, and I kept the syrup in. Like I said, this is going to be a very sweet barbecue sauce. We're going to go in with 1 cup of packed brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of chili powder because we need a little spice in there, and I put a whole tablespoon of ginger in there. We're going to put 1/4 of a cup of vinegar to this. Like I said, we need to cut the sweetness a little bit. I cut it and then I add more to it because we're fixing to do 1/3 cup of honey. Honey in there. And this is a local honey. And it is so good. It's so good. My husband bought it off a gentleman who makes honey in town. This one, look how beautiful that is. Most of the time when you buy local honey, it's really dark. But this was just really a beautiful honey with a beautiful fragrance. I think they were raised, it was made around wildflowers. It was just really delicious. Okay, and so what we're going to do is we're going to let this come up to a boil. And when it comes up to a boil, we're going to get out our handy dandy immersion blender and we're going to immersion this down. Then we've got to let it reduce. So you guys just kind of watch and as it goes up to a boil, and I'll be back. with Okay guys, this is going at a good boil, so we're going to immersion blend this with this very powerful immersion blender that I have, and we're going to get this down as creamy and as smooth as we can. We're going to make some sweet fruit flavored barbecue sauce, pork chops, and that's what's going to be for dinner tonight. We'll have a chat in a minute. Let's just get this done right now. Be right back. Okay, family, in between taping I'm doing some cleaning, so I might be looking just a little bit of the here and there like I've been rolled over by a steam press, because I'm trying to get my things ready to go back to work on Monday. And all you ladies know that even if you are a working mom at home, you know that you got to get things ready for the beginning of the week for the ones who do go out of the home. So it's always work. But isn't it a wonderful thing I love being a wife and a mother and a grandmother. Okay, this sauce is done. I'm going to get a spoon and we're going to taste it now that it's kind of cooled down, and we're going to see if we need to add any kind of other flavors to it. If you can see that it's really pretty. That's good. I'm going to tell you. I think it could stand to have a whole tablespoon of chili, but I can feel that chili on the back of my throat. My husband doesn't like spice, so if you want it spicy, let's see, I put 1 teaspoon of chili powder in there. Make it a whole tablespoon. If you like it really extra, you can put a little Tabasco sauce in there. Like I said, my husband likes the sweet more than he likes the spicy. So we're going to leave that like that. We're just going to pour this up into a canning jar so that we can put this in the refrigerator. What we don't use on our pork. I've got some pork sirloin chops with the bone in. Like I said, if you want it to not have any kind of chunks or anything like that in, you're going to want to strain this. You're going to want to put it through a strainer. But I don't mind. I got my immersion blender, got it pretty, looking pretty good. It almost looks like a sweet and sour sauce. It is just, it's got a beautiful golden color to it. And look there. That recipe makes a whole quart of sauce. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to pour a little bit of this into a bowl. And then we're going to brush these, season them. I'm going to put a little seasoning salt, and I didn't put any salt or pepper in this. You can add salt and pepper to this if you want to. I don't feel like that necessarily you have to put salt and everything. Some people do. I don't. I'm going to get me a little bowl out like this, and I'm going to put some in there so that I can have it to use to baste these pork chops. And I'm going to get me a spoon that I have not tasted off of, and we're going to pour this over in there. We're going to get us a little bit of this out. That should be enough for us to baste these pork chops. I'm going to put a lid on there, seal that up, and look at there. We've got enough. And if you wanted to make this in a large batch to where you can can it, you definitely can do that too. Definitely can do that. So let's get in here and find our barbecue brushes wherever they may have gotten stuck. Good. My husband sometimes puts my things away and I cannot find them. Hello, I found a brush in the wrong drawer. So we're going to take a little steak seasoning salt, and we're just going to kind of go over these pork chops. Then I'm going to flip them over, and we're going to do the same thing on this side. And because my husband is not that crazy about seasoning, I'm just going to put some cracked pepper on this one side. When I'm cooking, I'm having to cook for the bunch of my family. If I was cooking for you, I'd add a little bit more in there, because my husband is so sensitive to spice. Like I said, this is good, but I can taste that chili powder and that ginger on the back of my palate. And I could trim this a little bit more, but that's going to make for a good, delicious piece of meat right there. We'll just let that fat cook in the oven with it. And so we're just taking and brushing these beautiful pork chops. I want to show you, I don't know if anybody else has this problem, but I bought this pork chops at the store, and this one was on the top. And look how beautiful of a cut of meat that is. See, it's got beautiful marbling in it. Then the three I got on the bottom, they get worse as they go down. This one's not bad. This one's okay. And then this one's a big hunk of fat. Does anybody else have that problem when they go and buy the prepackaged meat, where they give you one beautiful one and then they just kind of get a little bit more ugly as they go down? So while I'm doing this, let me tell you the story about my little granddaughter Chachi. So last weekend we went swimming, And it was a beautiful day. And me and my two little ones were in there, and everybody else was out having something to eat. But the little ones didn't want to get out. They wanted to stay in this one. So Grandma, old Grammie, stayed in there with them. And I'm going to have to fill that up because we'll need to do the other side as these are cooking. But let me turn you up here and we'll have a little talk. So anyway, me and Chachi and Jackson's my 5-year-old grandson and Chachi's 4. We were playing in this beautiful little river, but it's really like a river creek. You can stand up in it and it's rock bottom. Mountains are all around us. It's just absolutely breathtaking gorgeous. If we go back, I'm taking my camera and my equipment and I'm going to show you guys where we went. We are going to do some hiking up there this fall when it cools down. They got waterfalls. Oh, it's beautiful, beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's in Piedmont, Missouri, and it's called Sam A. Baker Park, and it's just gorgeous. So me and Chachi are swimming, and Jackson is swimming, and they have their floaties on because even though the water's not real deep, parts of it are over their heads because they're so short. And she said, "Go under the water, Grammie. Go, 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 go under the water." She's so excited. And I said, "Okay, I'm going to go under the water." And I go under the water, and the winds have been blowing that day, and there's leaves on top of the water. It's just gorgeous. It's a beautiful day. And so I dive under the water, and as I'm diving under the water, a leaf tries to literally go up my nose. And I come out from under the water, and I go like this, and I said, "Oh, thank you, Jesus, that stick did not go up my nose." I called it a stick, not a leaf. I said, "Thank you that the stick did not go up my nose, Jesus. Thank you." She comes over, and she gets right in my face, and she says, "Grammie, I'm not Jesus. My name is Princess Charlotte." Oh, I laughed so hard. It was so funny. The things that kids will say, I'm telling you. We're going to put these in an oven at 375 degrees. I'm going to let them go for probably about 20 minutes. Then I'm going to take and flip them. Glaze the other side. It took every bit I put in that bowl, so I'm going to fill this bowl back up. This needs to cool down all the way before it can go in the refrigerator. And we're going to come back when these things are ready to flip and glaze on the other side. It's going to be so good, y'all. Now I got to figure out what I'm going to serve with these babies. I got to serve something delicious. So I'll be right back. Okay, family. These are ready to take out, flip over, glaze the other side with this delicious fruit barbecue sauce that we have made. And I am going to be serving this with some stuffing, stovetop stuffing, some French cut green beans, and some coleslaw. And it's going to be delicious. My husband's just going to love it. It's all the flavors that he loves. It's going to be in this meal. Let me grab me a pot holder. Maybe a couple of them because I don't want to get burnt. Woo! Steaming, steaming. Whenever I was a little girl and we were barbecuing outside and the smoke would follow me, my grandma always say, "Smoke follows beauty." I don't know if that was the truth, but my grandma sure did love me. So, I sure did love my grandmas, both of them. I had even a step-grandmother that was just absolutely wonderful to me. So we're going to flip these. Well, let's put you down so you can see what we're doing. Let's put you down just a little bit so you can see what we're doing. Over there I've got the butter and the water boiling for the stovetop stuffing, and we're going to turn this around. I wish you guys, we're going to turn these over. What I was going to say, turn these over. And I wish you guys could smell this. This is so delicious smelling. It's that wonderful smell of fruity pork. And we're going to just brush this side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to glaze it one more time and then put it on broil when it's in and get one of these sides really crisp and glazed with this barbecue sauce and give it a browning with it. And it's going to be good. And I might even do the other side. I don't know yet. Let's play it by ear. So let's put that over there, and this is going back in the oven at 375, probably for another 20 minutes. So 40 minutes total to get these really good and done. They're getting there. But because they've got the bone in, it's taking them a little bit longer to get there. Okay, I'll be back. Today we made the pear peach barbecue sauce. You can do it basically with pears. You can do it with apples and peaches, pears and apples. You can make blueberry. Basically by following the same recipe. If you want a little bit more spicier, add a little bit more of the chili powder. Or some pepper flakes would be good in there too. But we all know that Grandpa Harold don't like that spicy food. Before we try this, I just want to kind of make an announcement. I want you guys to know that I do my very best to answer every email. I try to get back, talk to everybody through email. And every one of you are my precious family, my precious friends. And I don't want to offend anybody or hurt anybody. But if I accidentally overlook an email, email me again. Email me again. I will answer you. Sometimes the page gets long where I'm answering emails, and you might get lost in the mix. I may click on you, have to do something at work, come back, and not realize that I haven't answered you or haven't read your email, because it is precious to me. I love each and every one of you. Now let's check how delicious this barbecue sauce is. My special friends. So let's look right here. Let me show you what we're having for dinner. We're having some French cut green beans. We're having that pork chop, and it glazed just kind of burned on the edges is my favorite. And then we have some of the stovetop stuffing and some coleslaw. So I'm going to turn you down and let you watch me cut this. But we're going to cut this pork chop. We're going to cut it right here. Oh my, can you see how juicy? Oh. Let me show you that. Is that not beautiful? That's just gorgeous. Okay, let's put the camera up here. And let's taste it. That is good. And there's some heat in there. I'm going to get another bite. Grandpa Harold ain't home. I still got about 15 minutes before he gets in. So I ain't supposed to be eating dinner yet. But I wanted to taste it with you guys. Can you see how pretty that glaze is on that meat? Let me hold my hand so it'll focus in. So good. Mic drop, done. Hope you guys enjoyed this wonderful recipe. I love each and every one of you. Praying for you guys. Hope you have a wonderful, blessed evening. And remember, you can put this in the refrigerator or you can make extra and can it. Y'all have a wonderful, blessed day. Bye-bye.